My name is Leland Harasti, and let's get a picture of the audience. Okay, thank you. So, how many of you have ever been to a foreign country?
I have.
Okay, which countries?
I've been to France and Spain and Holland.
Good, good. How many of you have ever been to Hungary? Good, good. And I bet you like Hungarian food. Any food in particular?
Makos is my favorite.
Oh, very good. Makos bagli, that is a Hungarian dessert made with poppy seeds. I like that very much myself. So, I would like to introduce you to Hungarian Nokedli, and I would like to say that if you learn how to make Hungarian Nokedli, you will be gaining insight into a new culture. You'll make your family very happy. You'll find a new source of carbohydrates, and you'll improve your home cooking skills. I chose this topic because I cannot find Hungarian food in restaurants. I'm an expert on cooking nokedli because my mother was Hungarian, and she and my family were born and raised in Hungary. We believe that the recipe for nokedli was brought to Hungary by German settlers in the early 1700s, and they were from the region of Germany called Swabia. It is very simple to make Hungarian nokedli and requires only a few simple steps, a few simple ingredients, and a few simple kitchen utensils. You need 2 eggs, 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of water, 1 teaspoon of oil, and 1 teaspoon of salt. You also need a pot for boiling water. You need a Hungarian dumpling maker or nokedli maker, a strainer, a mixing bowl, a wooden spoon, a serving bowl, and you might need a cutting board and a knife, but more about that later. Just to have a quick overview, you will pour your ingredients into the mixing bowl, stir, and then you will have a consistency test. You're going to pour the dough into the hopper, slide the nokedli maker into the pot of boiling water, and then when they're cooked, you scoop out into the serving bowl and enjoy. So now let's go to the specific steps. First, of course, you pour your ingredients into the mixing bowl, you mix them, and then you stir the ingredients. Now, if the dough is too thick, then add water, and if the dough is too thin, then add flour. As we see here, you want the dough to be thick. So if you lift up the dough and it just barely falls down from your spoon, that's good. But if it falls down very quickly like pancake batter, that's not good. It's too thin, and you need to add more flour. When the dough is ready, then, of course, you have already heated up to boiling your pot of boiling water, and you've already added salt and oil in the water. Then you spoon the dough into the hopper of the nokedli maker, and you start going back and forth, sliding it, and the gravity will pull the dough down through these little holes, and the sliding action will actually cut the dough off, and that's how the little pieces of dough are formed, which are called Hungarian dumplings or nokedli. When the nokedli are cooked, they will float to the surface. Then what you do is you get your strainer and you scoop out the nokedli into the serving bowl and enjoy. Now you might say, well, why only nokedli by themselves? No. Nokedli are your carbohydrates. They take the place of rice or noodles, for example. You can eat them with any kind of stew, for example, Hungarian chicken paprika, Hungarian beef stew, or any soup, for example, Hungarian goulash soup, or any American or Indian stew or curry, or any kind of American soup, for example. So, If you don't have a handy-dandy Hungarian Nokedli maker at home, then you can get a cutting board. I'm sure you have this at home. Spoon the dough onto the cutting board. Scrape a slice of dough to the side, flatten it, and then scrape off little pieces of dough into the water. So you can also cook them that way. Now, some tips. I recommend that you sift the flour before you add it to the other ingredients and before you start stirring, because that will make it much easier to stir. Also recommend that after the nokedli are cooked, that you add some oil to the nokedli or rinse them with cold water. That will prevent them from sticking together. The most important tip is always make plenty of nokedli, because they're going to disappear very quickly. Okay? And then anything that's left over you can put in the fridge. So, just to recap, get your ingredients together, get your utensils together, pour the ingredients into the mixing bowl, mix, stir, slide, scoop out, and enjoy. By making Hungarian Nokedli, again, you will have learned about a 1,000-year-old European culture, which is virtually unknown in the West. You'll make your family very happy, and you'll have improved your home cooking skills. And finally, don't forget to taste your cooking product. Thank you. Thank you. Any questions?